The story of the Colorado Trail has its humble beginnings in 1973. The Colorado Mountain Club and the Roundup Riders, along with three Coloradans, Bill Ruskin, Merrill Hastings, and Bill Lucas, conceived the idea of a 500-mile trail from Denver to Durango. These pioneers began working with the U.S. Forest Service initially, and then with another volunteer, Goody Gaskell, affectionately known as the Mother of the Colorado Trail. As Goody and other dedicated volunteers continued to faithfully build the trail, milestones and anniversaries were celebrated. In 1987, the Colorado Trail Foundation, a nonprofit 501c3, was formed to organize the volunteer efforts to care for the trail.
The Colorado Trail is terribly important to not only Colorado, but to the United States, and we get world visitors as well. It's one of our natural wonders. Without the foundation funding and guiding the activities of hundreds and hundreds of volunteers each year, the trail would disappear.
Today, some 700 volunteers give more than 25,000 hours annually to improve, maintain, and preserve this premier trail that winds through the heart of the Colorado Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, 2 summers ago I thru-hiked the trail, so 32 days, 500 miles, got it done. And I had such an amazing experience doing that I decided I needed to give back. And so last summer was my first summer volunteering on the trail, and happened to stumble upon a group of people who were just amazing, and I'm back again this year.
We schedule our crews each year, figure out where they're going to camp and all the logistics, and we put a schedule in place every January. And then we publish the schedule, and volunteers start poring over the schedule and figuring out where they want to be and which crew leader they want to be with. And it's actually kind of a race to volunteer with us. Very popular, these trail crews.
I hadn't hiked that much in this state, and I thought this was a very good opportunity for me to re-enter the hiking life. And I picked the women-only group last year because I hadn't done any such work before, and I thought that would be easier for me and easier for other people around me. And I like the experience so much, the sense of fulfillment, and so I decided to come back.
Each summer, people of all ages and from all walks of life come from across Colorado and around the nation to join volunteer trail crews. These crews, made up of teams of about 20 volunteers, turn out year after year to camp and work together to make improvements to the trail.
We're all here to volunteer for the whole week. Last year, just Audrey and I came out here for a week. I was looking for a kind of mother-daughter bonding experience. Looking on the internet, found the Colorado Trail. It was the right week for us. It was the right price. We decided to come knowing nothing about Colorado Trail. She kind of agreed to do it without knowing anything about it, but we had such an amazing time, and we talked about it so much that we all decided to come this year together.
Well, when my mom told us about the Colorado Trail, her and Audrey talked about it a lot, and it sounded really fun. But the thing they didn't talk about much was like how much hard work it was and how they worked every day. So we kind of got tricked, but I think that it's really fun, and I see why they don't talk about the work because there's so much else to talk about.
It's a combination of fun and just bone-tiring, exhausting work. But everybody works at their own speed. You stop when you need to stop.
But volunteers do more than dig new trail, move fallen trees, create water diversions, and rehab existing trails. They build lifelong friendships and create lasting memories.
The most memorable experience I've had working on the trail was definitely the first year. Coming there with my 15-year-old son, having no idea what to expect, and realizing very quickly, what a wonderful community it was. There were 16 of us on that first crew. Half of them were over 65. My son at 15 was the youngest. Next youngest was 26. But everybody completely bonded, and my son spent most of the time on that crew with 3 women who were over 65, who every night after dinner taught him how to play bridge.
We continually hear stories of individuals whose lives have been changed because they have hiked the trail or they've hiked a portion of the trail. There's just something about the solitude and being in the out of doors, being out of your element, that just comes together when you're on the trail. And when you hear those stories, you realize that the work that you have done as part of a trail crew has helped make that possible. And that is a sense of satisfaction that I can't find in it in another way.
You'll learn a lot, not just about trail building, not just about how to set up a camp, how to set up a tent. You'll learn about just how to interact with people, just healthy social activities, an honest day's work, working with your hands, which is something that this country is starting to forget how to do.
It's amazing how you can connect with other strangers in just a few seconds just because you are both on the same trail.
Organizing the trail crews and volunteer programs also takes money. The Foundation's funding comes from individual donations and corporate contributions.
We find that a lot of people know about the Colorado Trail, but fewer people know about the Colorado Trail Foundation. And the fact that the Forest Service doesn't care for this trail. Volunteers care for this trail, organized by the Colorado Trail Foundation. And that's where we come in. We keep care of this trail with the right volunteerism and the right funding.
Approximately 2/3 of the funds go directly to the trail. That's digging in the dirt, building a new trail, that sort of thing. We do have a modest office, one room, 2 employees, and we really leverage those funds into 700 or so volunteers a year.
It's a real opportunity for the donor to provide something of true value to the outdoor person.
Most experience the Colorado Trail by hiking, bicycling, horseback riding, or volunteering, but some participate in the Foundation's educational programs.
People go on this trail and they learn about Mother Nature and they reconnect with themselves. Puts them in their place. They remember how they fit in on this earth.
To me, the Colorado Trail means freedom. The 32 days I spent hiking the trail were some of the most amazing days of my life, and I find myself going back to them all the time in my mind. When work is stressful and things are just going crazy, I just kind of channel back to nights on the trail and how beautiful it was. And
For 16-year-olds, for 18-year-olds, for 30-year-olds, you need to bring them back year after year. That's the only way the trail is going to survive. And as the board members retire, as members pass away, the old-time vets like Judy Gaskill, they're no longer going to be able to do the work or be involved. It's up to the next younger generation.
Each of us have our own story of how we got to be here, and those are the stories that you hear when you're sitting around the campfires at night. And they're just incredible people, and you go away friends and look forward to seeing one another on future trail crews. In fact, that's what you say when you go away. It's like, well, we'll see you next year on a crew.
For everyone who experiences the Colorado Trail, it is something that they say they will never forget, and more often, they can't wait to go back and have their family and friends